How is everybody doing today? I'm going to start this off now to let you know that my audio didn't pick up when I recorded this video. So you're going to see my mouth move a whole lot. Unfortunately, I cannot remember everything that I said, but I know what I was talking about since I said it. So, welcome to another video from Ripped Inflatables. My name is Shane Day. Today we're talking about military valves. Here I am describing how they work. It's a simple lefty-loosey, rightsy-tightsy operation. You turn it left and it opens the valve. You turn it right and it closes the valve. What operates the valve and makes it actually maintain its seal is a little rubber gasket on the inside. And it's not really a rubber gasket on this valve. It is a O-ring, a common seal used in the automotive industry. And what you see me doing here is using my pick. And I'm pulling a little bit of crud to show you why I originally cleaned this valve. But this is the second time the valve's come out of the boat. First time I thought it was just dirty, so I cleaned it. And then I put it back in there and it kept leaking. And I could tighten it down and it would still leak. And I could loosen it up and it would still leak. It is a leaking seal. So there is not much you can do for a leaking seal except for take it out. And that's what I used my pick for. Now be careful if you're using a pick or a knife or whatever. You don't want to damage the seal. Like this, you see those cracks in there? That's the leak. That's what happens to rubber over time. It loses its elasticity and it breaks where it needs to flex. So, where do you get these O-rings? You can go down to your typical auto parts store. If you walk in there with it, they will be able to match it up. You can't just go in there and say, hey, I need an O-ring. They have O-rings of all different sizes. And they measure them by several different ways. You've got the diameter of the O-ring. And you have the circumference of the circle that the O-ring seals. Don't get these two confused. The O-ring can be fat or it can be skinny. And it can fit over a large cylinder or a small cylinder. Take it in there. They'll be able to match it up for you as best they can. If it's a little off, it's probably not going to matter so much. If it's a lot bit off, it's probably going to matter, and you should probably try and find a different one. Here I am describing how to get the hidden O-ring out. The hidden O-ring, yes, there is a hidden O-ring in your valves for anyone who has military valves. So, I use my pick to get it out of there. If you're out on the river and you need that, why do you have a Phillips head screwdriver? Hard to do that on the side of the river if you don't have a Phillips head screwdriver. But if you need to, there is a valve seal hidden in the cap or the inflation port of the military valves, and it is easy enough to remove with the pick. And if you try to use a knife to remove it, make sure you're trying to use the dull edge of that blade to sort of like coax it out of its slot. It's probably been sitting there for 15 to 20 years and is probably just a little bit firmed up and doesn't really want to come out of its home that it's been so happily set in. So anyways, if you needed that O-ring and you can't get to an auto parts store, there is one for you. Just save your old one if you can and take that to the auto store. When you're at the auto store, then you can pick up one or two or three, because if one of them's leaking, I guarantee you the other ones are just about to leak. And do be mindful of the sharp objects. You can hurt yourself. You know, I've got stab marks all in my fingers from them. And you can also hurt the thing that you're trying to fix, or the thing that you're trying to fix your thing that needs fixed with. But yeah, those O-rings are super cheap. They'll cost you about $2 and a little bit of your time. It takes approximately a minute to pull a valve out and about a minute to put it back in. and then whatever time you spend with it in your hands. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope y'all have a good day.